Welcome to Kranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Kranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. Good afternoon, YouTube land. Welcome to the Kranky Live program, where we talk all things sports and other things. And today we have a featured match. Probably, if not the most anticipated, the second most anticipated game of the tournament so far. I'd say the Brazil-Morocco game would have been well anticipated, given that Morocco came fourth in the last World Cup. And Brazil are always perennial favorite, no matter how bad a team that they have. But then we have France and Senegal. And Senegal, who are the legitimate African champions, even though politics took it away from them, given supposedly they had bad behavior when they walked off the field in the final of the African Cup of Nations. But they're a team loaded with either Premier League or ex-Premier League players, a quality team, and probably has been the best African team over the last 8 to 12 years. And then we have France, which is loaded. In fact, some people could say the Senegal team is a French team. So probably about half of their players were born in France. Obviously, a lot of the French colonies, a lot of those, the diaspora, large diaspora from a lot of these colonies, whether it's Congo, DR Congo, or say a Senegal or even a Haiti, a lot of their players, and France produce a lot of players are from France. So it's an interesting matchup. The game will commence in about 15 minutes. It's a really anticipated game. The French team, if you guys recall, take a step back. In 2002, when Senegal played France coming off the 98 World Cup, where they won the World Cup, and Senegal beat them. Elaf Diouf was the star of that tournament for Senegal. Went to Liverpool and basically bombed, actually. If I think about World Cup, Elaf Diouf, the kid from Colombia, what's his name? His name is escaping now. But he was also a star in one of those, in a subsequent World Cup. And you got to be very careful when you, over a 2 or 3 games period, you anoint someone as the next great thing when you have a whole body of work to utilize as your basis to do that assessment. So it should be a good game. Good afternoon, Ted Dexter. Hope you're doing well. But Senegal brings a lot of experience, athleticism, a lot of attacking threat in Sarr, who plays for Crystal Palace, and Nicholas Jackson, who's at Bayern, but is a Chelsea player, who's on loan at Bayern, and Sadio Mane, who has passed his prime, but is a very good player. And they have Goe in the middle, who plays for Everton. There are 2 Goe in the middle. Koulibaly, who was a stalwart defender for years. Did go to Chelsea, didn't work out well, but now James Rodriguez, thanks a lot, Peter. He's now stamping in authority in Saudi Arabia because that's where Mane's playing to. So money zone. So it's interesting, actually, to see a very experienced Senegal team against a stacked French team, like a stacked team. If you look at the French team, Mbappe may be the best player in the world. Some people want to dispute that, but I think he may be the most frightening and probably still the best player in the world, even though it had some challenging times when when he was at PSG, they couldn't win the Champions League, and he left, and they've won 2 years in a row. And he goes to Real Madrid, and they can't win anything. And some people call him selfish, and that he's part of the problem, that if France loses him. But they're very, very formidable attacking team. Mbappe probably play in the middle. You have Olise, who was at Crystal Palace and now at Bayern, and has been brilliant, and even 10 times better than he was at Crystal Palace, because now he's got more freedom, he's more experience. You have Doué, who it was a baby, but has been brilliant for PSG. You have Dembele, who was at Dortmund, went to Real Madrid, and then, went to Barcelona, was playing too much video games, didn't do well, injury prone. Now at PSG, won 2 Champions League. So I'll show you the starting lineups, but it's really stacked. 2 stacked teams, 2 very good teams. Should be an interesting game. Good afternoon, Van. $sign 777. Now, I did watch Ivory Coast against France game the other day. I thought Ivory Coast was very, very good. Did beat them 2-1. Was extremely good. And we saw them the other night in their game, and they were good there also. They have some frightening players. Saw them play Ecuador and beat Ecuador, a team that hasn't lost in about 19 games, a team that doesn't give up goals. And the kid from Manu, Diallo, scored a very good goal. But I think the most impressive play on the night was Diamande, who's being pursued by a lot of teams, including, Arsenal is interesting, but the front runners are Liverpool and PSG. And he was roasting Nkapé, who was a brilliant defender all night. He just got by him. Now, his end product needs to be better. But I think if you look at the tournament so far, I think Buadi and Diamande has been, to me, the two most impressive players so far in the tournament. And as many know, Buadi has been pursued by Arsenal, Liverpool, PSG, and is only 18 years old. And only became a Moroccan player in the last 3 or 4 weeks, because he captained France under 18, under 21. So it should be a very good game. Looking forward to the game. I would and by the way, not only does France have a brilliant attacking 4, now they have Rabiot in the middle along with Chouameni, which I thought is interesting. So they're going to play sort of a 4-2-4. So they're counting on the fact that, look, our attacking 4 should mesmerize, destabilize, annihilate, discombobulate any opponent. Now, that may sound all good, but it all depends if everybody's pressing and working hard defensively. And we know Mbappe doesn't play defense. And the question that arises is, won't they be outnumbered in the middle? Now, they had Kante playing a lot of the earlier games, along with Rabiot, when Chouameni was out. So I think they've gone for Chouameni playing the 6, Rabiot playing, playing probably 8, maybe Dembele the 10. So that should be interesting. I think the team that has the most talent is France. But France will implode at some point. 2010, they imploded. 2014, they weren't that great. They won 2018. 2022, they lost in the finals. So France and Spain have been the 2 best countries from a World Cup standpoint in the last 30 years. All right? They won in 98. 2002, they got knocked out early. 2006, they had the Zinedine Zidane situation. 2010, Spain won. 2014, Germany won. 2018, France won. 2022, they lost in the final. And now they have to be the most explosive team. I was going to do a video on this morning, but I mentioned it. I'm going to do a video on it. What I find interesting is the globalization of the sport. And I was going to do that video, talk about this, because I was going to go back to Jamaica in some way, shape, or form. And how if you look at every team, the diversity of the team. Teams are very diverse nowadays. By the way, people, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And that diversity is interesting, given where the world was 30, 35 years ago. So when Jamaica keeps talking about 1998, Jamaica needs to grow the hell up, stop talking about 98, and focus on 2030 and 2034. Because 98 is done and gone and not coming back. What worked then is not working now. It's a very diverse world, a very distributed world. It's a very global world. And the French team and its former colonies clearly demonstrate that. All these countries and the colonies. So we have these huge migrations, and it's the offerings of those persons who migrated. Their kids, a lot of them are the ones playing in this World Cup. Look at every team, even the US team. Curacao, Congo, Senegal, France, England, Germany, even some countries you've never thought about from that perspective in that context. Look at the France team. I mean, you would never know that France is majority Caucasian when you look at the French team. Even the US team. US had 7 black in their team the other day. France, if they have 2 Caucasian in their team, they're lucky. England probably has about 5 or 6 or 7 on there. It's amazing how that is. And people don't seem to realize that. And then we have our little island with some little idiot media people and some administration people run up their mouth about diaspora, this, and we need to go local. And then none of them head from the, you know what. Anyway, the teams are lining up in the tunnel to come out. Jamaica will always come up in this conversation, people. I can't help myself. Because I should be at a game today. Well, not today, but when Curacao played, we should have been playing Germany. Even if we get 7-1, we get 7-1. We probably would have done better than Curacao. But I realized after 4 that we just need to do like Cape Verde did on lockdown shop. And stop acting like we know where though. What teams are coming out? Looking forward to the game. Again, these are the starting 11s. Mendy in goal. Then you had Diatta, Koulibaly, Niakate, and Diaf in the midfield. In the defense, Kamara, Tugues in the middle, and then Sarr, Jackson, and Mane up front. And for France, as you can see, it looks like it says 4-2-3-1, but frankly, it's a 4-2-4 as far as I'm concerned. We have Maignan in goal, Hernandez, Upamecano, Saliba, and Coende in the defense, Chouameni and Rabiot in the middle, Dembele, the Ballon d'Or holder, in the 10, and then Olise, Mbappe, and Doué up front. That's a frightening front four. That's like that's PSG, toward PSG best attacking players. I would say Kvaratskhelia is probably their best at this moment, or equal with Dembele and Doué. But Mbappe is the best attacking player for Real Madrid, and Olise is the best attacking player. Well, one could argue about Kane, but one of the best attacking players for Bayern. So France have some of the best attacking players in the world. Probably have 2 of the best defenders too, even though I think Upamecano is overrated. Saliba is brilliant. Coende, who's at Barcelona, he's been okay. And Hernandez is playing in Moneyland. Rabiot is always in the team and was good at one point, but I think he's lost about 2 steps. So France is a very good team, and so does Senegal. So it should be a really interesting game. It should be a fun game. It should be an attacking game. This will not be a game like Cape Verde against Spain. Senegal would not sit back and just soak up pressure. They're probably going to play more counter-attacking football, because France probably have more possession, but they're going to put a foot in. So it should be interesting. This is probably the hardest zone too, because who you have in this zone? You have France, Senegal. I think you have what? Norway and is it Panama? Maybe I'm messing this up. I think that's the zones. I have it here someplace. No, sorry, it's Norway and Iraq, not Panama. Norway and Iraq. So that's a tough zone. Iraq, who came to the playoffs and got by Bolivia, who beat Suriname. So it should be a really interesting game. France has 11 black players and 1, I'm going to call it Spanish. This is what Hernandez says. Now, Kante is in the team, Cherky's in the team, Kone is in the team, in the squad, I should say. Those are also very good players. So it's going to be interesting. I'm sure they'll make changes along the way. Sure, Bartola probably is there too. It's a stacked. The Hernandez brothers are there. It's a stacked French team. Stacked team. So looking forward to the game. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're gonna have some fun today. Let's see what Mbappe does today. I think it's unfair to have so many attacking players, to be honest. It's crazy. Senegal national anthem is being sung. And then
this year's,
I don't know why this is popping up. Oh, somebody sent me something. And Sandra Brunson's parents are Jamaican. That's Jalen's mother. And I can't believe that the New York Knicks, New York's having the parade on Thursday, and their regents exam on Thursday. Who made that mistake? Maybe they didn't expect the Knicks to win. Hopefully, all those kids turn up for the exam. Some of them may not turn up. They want to be at the parade celebrating. What is the temperature in this area? See what the temperature is. I haven't seen anybody passed out yet in any game, so seems like things are going well. 76 degrees. That's not bad weather. I think it'd be worse by now, but come July, it'll be up there. Very much up there. The French team have a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes. Lots of athletes. A lot of athletes. All right, let's see anything in the comments here. All right, hey Keisha, how you doing? Keisha says, "Where's the game being played?" It's in New Jersey. East Rutherford, New Jersey. And it's 76 degrees in New York, so and New Jersey across the border, so it's not terrible weather. Now, if it's humid, that's one thing, and I haven't really been outside, so. But it's not bad weather. Sun is shining. It's not 90 degrees or 100 degrees. It's not like Dallas or something. I think if France is a weak link, it's probably Koundé at right back, who hasn't had a great season at Bayern. And maybe Hernandez at left back, who's playing in Saudi Arabia. Apart from that, their center of their defense is solid. Where in Florida are you, Keisha? Florida used to be my stomping ground at one point. But Florida can be hot. Jesus Lord. Peter's giving up where the games are being. Yeah. I think the game is also on Peacock, if I'm not mistaken. But BBC is bringing the game. Let me see what's being brought in the Caribbean, actually. Someone has Rush up there. Can always look it up. France, Senegal. That's what they call a big game. Yeah, it's showing you a lot of channels. It's on Fox, it's on Fubu, it's on Telemundo. Telemundo and Fox are free TV. It's also on Fox Soccer Plus. Well, it's going to replay on Fox Soccer Plus later this evening. And let's see where it is in Jamaica. But in Canada, it should be on TSN, right? It's on TSN. TSN 1, 3, 4. And in the Caribbean, it's on Cayman, it's on Blue. DR, it's on Super Sport Go TV. If you're in Djibouti, it's on BEN Sports. Did I say Domrep is, I'm sorry, Domrep is CDN Deportes. It's Blue in Dominica. And where is it? It's in Jamaica. Game is off. 26-second in. Ball controlled by Amani, looking for a pass. Senegal playing football as we'd expect, because they're a quality team. Senegal keeping possession. And started off really, really well. Really, really well. Senegal coming forward. Ball plays out to Mani. Mani has support on the left, cross in the box. Headed out by France. Corner to Senegal. Senegal has started really well. Hernandez with the header. Heading ball out. So Senegal has started off real well so far. We're a minute 32 in, and they already have a corner. Referee having discussion with with Jackson and Magnan, who's the goalkeeper of France, and Chouameni. It's a corner too. Short corner in the box, poor cross. Keeper is down. Jackson's, and that's not a smart move by Jackson. Not a very smart move by Jackson. At all. He was there. The referee talked to him. He didn't really do much though. I don't know. Keep out. That keeper is faking that one. I'm not buying that. Here comes France. And Saliba is playing on the left versus at Arsenal, he plays on the right. Chouameni to Upamecano coming forward. It's going to be a really tactical game. Elise to Upamecano. Rabiot trying to find Mbappe, and he was away. That was poor by Senegal. He actually was away. If he had brought that one down, he would be in on goal, actually. Foul against France. That was a good ball by Rabiot. And Mbappe was gone. I think Koulibaly and his mate in the middle have to be very careful. Yeah, he was wide open. If he had let that ball run by him versus trying to control it, he would have been in on goal. Or try to control it, but the side of his foot versus some spectacular control, he would have been in on goal. I'm sure he's licking his lips thinking, if they keep playing me like this today, they're going to have a long day. The exercise on TVJ. I'll check actually. Probably is. Here comes France. Saliba to Chouameni to Hernandez. Back to Chouameni. So TVJ couldn't bring Jamaica game, but they bring in World Cup game. Thought these people were loyal Jamaicans. This is Doué. Back to Chouameni. Think Senegal playing smart. Don't overextend yourself. You don't have to. And Mende, who's keeping for yeah, it's on TVJ. It's on Rush Sports Blue on TVJ. So you have a lot of outlet. Here comes Senegal. And this is Sar. Dispossessed by Hernandez. Chouameni to Hernandez. Trying to go inside. Dispossess. Go inside. These are two good teams, people. Two good teams. I think they'll both get out of the zone. Here comes Senegal. Ball pass all the way back to Mendy. I don't like when people try to force the ball into the number 6 in the middle of the park. Anything can happen. Miscontrol, you stumble. I just don't think that's smart. Mendy would pass out to Goe. Not a good pass by Zoe, but controlled by Jackson. Good bucket by Jackson. Here comes Sar. He's in a goal. He's being caught up, shoots, and it's blocked. And got dispossessed by Upamecano. Really good play by Upamecano, but good recovery speed. You need center halves to have speed. Here comes Senegal. This is going to be a really interesting game because the athleticism is out of this world for both teams and the technical ability. And one thing I like about Jackson's link-up play is always good. That's a foul, referee, but the referee says no. Play got bounced off. And referee not calling anything. And that's a bad pass there. That should have gone. Sar should have gotten that ball. That ball should have a little bit more pace off it. And Goe, when they're told him in midfield, so I have to say which one it is actually. Not Arissa, the other one. The left footer. Here comes Sar. Trying to find out top. They're finding space in the France defense. France look a little bit ruffled, actually. Offside against Senegal. You're probably right. You're probably right about that. But you feel like he's supposed to be an expert, isn't he? He's a legend in his own mind. So here comes France. After this game, we'll have Iraq, Norway, and later tonight, Argentina against Algeria. That should be a good game. Argentina start the defense of their World Cup. So far, Senegal has had the better of play. The technical level is high, though, for these teams. High, very high. Very high. But France can't get the ball upfield. Here come Rabiot, Olise trying to play it through. It's Mane all the way back to Arissa Gay. Arissa Gay coming forward. Plays it wide to Diatta. Back to Gay. Back to Koulibaly. Back to Gay. He tried something fancy, didn't work. Out of bounds. But throwing to Senegal. Senegal looks very comfortable. So we have Papa Gay and Erissa Gay in the midfield for Senegal, and they look really good. And Papa Gay like to carry the ball quite a bit. Mendy trying to find Mane. It looks like, well, here comes Jackson, dispossessed by France. Mane pressuring. Keeper played out, trying to find Elise. France hasn't started out well at all. In fact, if you came from Mars, you would think Senegal was France. As I said before, when you play with 4 forwards, that's what happened. You won't control the middle of the park. Here comes Senegal. Mane dispossessed. So it's Mendy. While wide to Koulibaly coming forward, looking to go long. Turns it back. Somebody's going to make a mistake, though. I'm telling you, somebody's going to make a serious mistake. Here comes France, looking to penetrate, but they can't. They're barely passing half line. They need more midfield. They're not having enough people in the midfield. So Dembele has come all the way back to pick the ball up. So it's Upamecano to Dembele. Dembele has come back. He's not a true 10, but he's playing that want to fit everybody into the team. Here comes Doué. Doué being tracked by Erissa Gay. Ball out to Upamecano. Inside to Mbappe, who missed control. Again, he was open. And again, that's Koulibaly has to be closer to him. So he has gotten 2 very good balls so far, and he's miscontrolled both of them. These are same athleticism in both teams. And technical ability, France maybe just a bit more technical, but Senegal not far away. Yeah, Mbappe with a poor control, he had the ball in the box. If he brings that down, Koulibaly could be in trouble. He could go either way. France now taking control. Really good 1-2. Here comes Hernandez. Good move by Koulibaly to slow him down. And he plays it out of bounds, throw into Senegal. It's a bad play by Rabiot. I think Mbappe control is letting him down. He's controlling like a 2-year-old. Senegal trying to play long, trying to find Mane over the top, but it's out of bounds. No, it's not. Good pressure there by Jackson. Ball booted up field. A poor decision by Koulibaly trying to chest the ball down. He was trying to chest the ball down to his compatriot, but that wasn't a smart move. Now, Senegal is forcing the ball. It's not getting to his destination. And think about to where they were playing. Play the ball through the lines and play the ball in triangles to get it off field. Here comes Doué. Goes inside. Lays it off to Upamecano. Who goes outside to Koundé, who plays it back to Elise. A brilliant turn there by Doué, and he got chopped down. He's going to be a danger man this tournament. He's a very skillful player. Here comes Senegal trying to get out. Mane plays it wide. Trying to find Jackson deep. And France in control again. So France started off slowly, but surely working themselves into the game. Chouameni, Upamecano, and Kunde is playing real wide there. He's right up in the line. So that should be Olise right there. Now Olise is coming inside, almost playing like an inverted winger. Chouameni out to Doué, who goes back to Hernandez, who goes to Chouameni. So just playing the ball around. And Senegal in blocks of 2, actually, or 2 1/4, I'd call it. Now it's blocks of 3. So they'll have 4-3-3 defensive setup, trying to make sure all the spaces are covered. Here comes France. Try little one too, but the spaces are pretty tight to get through. So the chances so far, I mean, the 2 best plays so far has been passes into Mbappe, and he's butchered both of those with poor control. But the score is still 0-0. I think Senegal has sort of lost their way a little bit. They need to regroup. They've sort of lost their way. They need to regroup. Here comes France. The game is at a walking pace. Neither team is pressing. They're just being very smart defensively, forcing the opposition to try to make a mistake so they can dispossess them and counter. So Kunde to Chouameni, who's deep, plays out to Saliba. Saliba coming forward. There's nothing there. He's going to go all the way across to Upamecano coming forward. Now, Senegal has really condensed the field. The space between the 3 lines of defense is really, really tight. So they're spacing behind. If you can get the ball over the top, now they're going back deeper. So they really can compact the field and say, if you try to get behind us, we'll be okay. You can see from the possession stats, France now dominating possession. So Mbappe plays it back to. So now France is open because they're way up the field because they're dominating possession. And Senegal got to think about countering if they get the opportunity shot by France. But then Senegal is too deep. Jackson needs to stay further up the field. He needs to be on the last man. Even if you're playing the defense, because there's an outlet for France, he needs to be on the last man. So if the ball is turned over, you have a chance to get upfield and force them to drop back 2 defenders. Doué, really bad play by Irisagay. He won the ball and gave it away. Good tackle by Irisagay. And here come Papa Goe. Good pass into Mane. Mane to back to Goe. Irissa. He has a play outside, goes to Mane. Mane wants to have more touches. He comes wide to Diatta. Diatta inside to Papa Goe. Goe trying to find Sarr. Sarr is in behind Hernandez. Crosses and a horrible cross to the far post. Horrible cross. He didn't have to cross that ball. It could have gotten behind him. Take 1 touch and go towards the post, and he would be into me because he's quicker. It's a really good pass. He was onside. See, he's behind him. If he takes 1 touch inside, he's behind him. Now, they had 2 people in the box. It's a horrible cross. And he didn't look before he crossed it either. It is a heavyweight match. They're trying to feel each other out. Nobody wants to be the one to make the first mistake. Here's Kunde looking up the field, goes back to Upamecano, to Chouameni. They're walking the ball at the field now. They have to also look for Mbappe in behind because Koulibaly is prone to make mistakes sometimes, as he did in the first 10 minutes. When you have two center half playing the way they are playing, there's sometimes space in between them, as we saw against Brazil with the goal that Morocco scored. Here comes Chouameni, plays it wide to Kunde, to Olise to Kunde, who's overlap. Kunde trying to cross, ball out, and it's a corner to France. Mane doesn't agree. We're close to the hydration break. Corner to France, ball played out, ricocheted off a French player, goal kick to Senegal. Senegal is showing that they belong. That's what I'd say from the first half. They're showing they belong. They're playing composed. They're not being totally dominated. France is getting more of the possession. I'm sure they're probably about 56, 57 to, let's see, the possession stats come up to just over 40, but they're looking to go long. And does, trying to find Jackson, picked up by Mane. He's fouled. Free kick to Senegal. Mane having a conversation with the referee. Then Belly has not been much in the game, actually. And he's playing the 10. He should be getting more touches. So Koulibaly to Aristogay, all the way back to Mendy. And he tried to go long and wide, and there's no pressure on Kunde. There should have been. Kunde, but Koulibaly hit the ball to nobody, and then Olise gave it away. They're playing very comfortable. Ball inside to Jackson. Jackson with a horrible pass, but got it back and then turned it over again, playing like he's in his living room. And here come France. Jackson playing two, not playing with enough urgency. Here come Mbappe. Beats one, beats two. Good run back by Diatta. But Jackson just turned the ball over twice because he's playing like he's in his living room. No urgency to his game. Quick corner taken by Mbappe to Olise. Mbappe is so quick. Here comes Doué, looking to shoot. Try to beat one, turns it over. And here comes Goe. Papa Goe has options, finds Jackson wide. But Jackson is marshaled there by, looks like Upamecano. Jackson is so lackadaisical sometimes. Here comes Olise, and I'm surprised we haven't taken the hydration break yet. Isn't that about 22, 21 minutes? France tried to go long, but ball picked up by Senegal, and they come forward again. Back to Koulibaly, to Mendy, almost gave it away. Almost gave it away. That's not a good game to give away a goal, you know. Dump the ball, Mendy. Don't play hero. Papa Goe to Aristogay. Goes wide to Mane. They decide to slow it down. Aristogay to Papa, who comes wide. Finds Diatta. Diatta to Sarr, but he turns it over. Thought he was fouled. Referee didn't give it. And here we go again. That pass was a difficult pass, though. And Sarr needed to sit down on the ball. He was standing too straight to ward off the defender. Chouameni to Mbappe. Here comes Mbappe. Good tackle there by Niakate, who tried to find Mane. Mane has Upamecano one-on-one. trying to beat him, goes against him, shoots, hit the post and ricocheted off the keeper, Magnan. Oh, that was Jackson, sorry, not Mane. That was close. That could have ricocheted into the goal. That was Jackson. He had Upamecano one-on-one, did a really good job of taking him down the line and tried to go near post and almost got through. Keeper should have done better with that, though. Oh, it hit the post. So it's not that it hit the keeper saved it. It hit the post and ricocheted off him. That ball could have ricocheted into the goal. In fact, I'm surprised it didn't, frankly. But that counter is there. When France attack wholesale, that counter is there. It's a corner to Senegal. Poor corner, head over, out of bounds, should be a throw in to Senegal. It was headed up by a French player. Now we have the hydration break. Thought we'd have it earlier. But Senegal must feel pretty confident. They have stayed in the game. They have played well enough. No real chances created. I think Mbappe got a couple of balls that he could have done better with. I'm going to take my hydration break also. But if you just join us, we are partaking of the game between France and Senegal. This game is tied at 0. The World Cup games are getting better, actually. We've had a few challenges, such as Curacao against Germany. But for the most part, it's been good. And Tunisia, who got 5 and decided that they had enough of their coach, and sent him on his way. They decided that, you know what, you embarrassed us by getting 5 from all teams Sweden. Of all teams Sweden. Sweden is not that good to give anybody 5, frankly. So Tunisia sent him home. So score is still 0-0. But I would expect that at some point, one of the teams are going to push more forward. Senegal has been very, very compact, looking for that counter periodically, and Jackson almost gave them what they were looking for. So who you guys picking the game? Now that we're at the hydration break and we're just over 20 minutes in, who are you picking to win? You still picking France or you picking Senegal? This is always going to be a good game. And it's a very tough group because Norway is a decent team. Don't know enough about Iraq, actually, but Norway is a decent team. And we'll see if Haaland and Odegaard can get Norway to go further than they've ever been before, which is not much. It's showing you the shot totals. Not a lot of shots on goal you would expect with the attacking prowess of the French team to be better off. I could see Turkey coming in for Dembele because it's not working. For this World Cup so far, I think the most impressive team, or should I say teams, I'm going to say team, has been the United States. Then the US has been the most impressive team by a good margin, actually. Now, some people may say Sweden, but we know the Swedish team. Some people may say Morocco, given their game against Brazil. Some may even say Germany, even though Curacao wasn't much of an opposition. But I think the US was extremely impressive. Senegal's in a good place. I mean, look, Mbappe is going to get chances, right? And so will say Elise, but the French have started real slow. You're not seeing, but look, the Senegalese are also pretty physical and technical. So throw into Senegal, long throw into the box, headed up by France. Here comes Mbappe, dispossessed. Foul against France. Go is not happy. Arissa Gay is not happy, not Go Gay. And that was Lamine who tried to flick that ball up. Wasn't Gay. Here comes Senegal again. Jackson dispossessed. And he wins it back, comes forward. He plays it into Sarr. Sarr has a chance to shoot. He does. Ball blocked and it's out of bounds. Sarr has to do better when he's in front of goal. Poor 1-2 by Mbappe. Ball won back by Lamine from Senegal. He goes inside to Papa Gueye. Papa all the way back to his center half. Now it's Koulibaly to Irissa Gay to Diatta, back to Gay. Try to play a quick 1-2 with Sarr. Sarr has to do a better job holding the ball up, though. Has to. Jackson miscontrol. Elise comes back to win it and try to get upfield. Controlled by Senegal. Ball played inside to Lamine. Senegal just playing it around. France seems a little bit disinterested, though. They're putting no pressure. There is no urgency being demonstrated by France. Now, you can tell when their teams are even because you don't see a lot of opportunities being created and you can see the physicality. But I don't see urgency on France's part. Yeah, Ted Dexter. Some coaches don't believe that. They have so much confidence in themselves. I think it's always the players. So here comes France. Dembele out to Kunde. It's out of bounds. A simple 5-yard pass, and I can see Dembele being changed at halftime for Turkey. There's a lot of ex-French players in the crowd. I see quite a bit of them actually. Vieira, Perez, Jackson trying to hold it up and get dispossessed. The game is missing something. 33 minutes in, France 0, Senegal 0. And here comes France again. The space is in behind, but it turns it over. Papagay out to Mendy, who this time decided to boot it out because last time he almost gave it away. Ball headed out by Senegal. And we're playing what we call bat up and catch in Jamaica, just hitting the ball up in the air and somebody heads it out. I think Diaf on the left side has been pretty good actually. Imani into Jackson. Jackson shielding it really, really well. Plays it back to Papagay. Papagay finds Diatta. Diatta beats his man nicely. Trying to go outside, and it does to Sarr. Sarr with a horrible pass. No, not Sarr actually. Is that was Sarr? Yeah, that was Sarr. Horrible pass. Horrible pass. No pace. No deftness on the pass. Out of bounds, goal kick to France. Oh, Keisha, the score's in the top up above my head, Keisha. That's not clear enough. Maybe I'll have to get a different feed actually at halftime. It looks a little bit dark. But it's 0-0. Top of my head, I have the score. Senegal 0. So if you're not seeing that, I need to brighten it then. Maybe I get a different source at halftime. Here comes France. Up is Kunde trying to go over the top to Mbappe. He's behind the defense. May have been offside. Controlled by Koulibaly. To Goe, who turns it over. Or Gay, I should say, who turns it over. Irissa Gay. Here comes Doe. Doe out to Hernandez. Goes back to Doe. Good run by Sarr to pressure him. Jamaica always talk about how we're athletic. We're not athletic in football. These are two athletic teams. Good play by good disposition. Here comes Mane. And he's taken down by that could be a yellow card. But the referee called nothing. That's a clear foul. But ball won back by Senegal. Papa Gay, who's been very good in the middle, plays it out to go back to Diate, to Irissa Gay, to Lamine, back to Lamine from Koulibaly, goes to Irissa Gay. He's going to go off crossfield. Teams just keep feeding each other out. It's like two boxes afraid of each other. Now here comes Diata. He went all the way upfield and turned back. And go to Lamine, who goes all the way across and almost gave it away. Ball played out to Mane, has it. Thinking about where to go with it. Nowhere to go. Comes all the way back. France, of all the players back apart from Mbappe. So Papa Gay comes all the way back. Koulibaly goes inside to Papa Gay. He tried to go over his top. That pass was never there. And the pass was not close to his own man. The teams are making uncharacteristic mistakes. And I know when you're in the booth, it looks simple. And at ground level, it looks harder. But those passes are just, there's no pressure. So there's no reason to make a bad pass in that situation. 10-9 in science is going to be draw. Could be. When one team scored, and the game is going to open up. The other has to get the equalizer. 37 minutes in, score tied at 0. Oh, brilliant turn by Mane. I think a mistake is going to change the score in this game. Mendy with a long boot, trying to find Sarr, headed out by Hernandez. Throw into Senegal to be taken by the right back, Diata. He plays it to Irissa Gay. Diata beats his man nicely, going upfield, has Sarr wide. Plays Sarr in. Sarr hesitated. The one hesitation he made, if he made the run without hesitating, he would have been through, actually. But Diata looked very impressive. He does a good job of going inside and then creating mismatch. France going long in. France look out of sort. Way out of sort. And teams are taking time to the possession. Koulibaly inside to Irissa Gay, comes forward and goes wide to Diata. Diata back inside to not a good pass to Papa Gay, and wasn't the best pass. Needs to have more pace. I see Arsene Wenger in the crowd. A lot of football royalty at the game. And French royalty in football. Throw in by to Sarr. Sarr comes forward, trying to get by Hernandez, slows down. He's been double teamed, goes inside brilliantly. plays it to, and he's foul. And referee says play on, and he's down on the turf, hitting the turf, and the ref is not listening to him. Brilliant move by Olisagay to get rid of Diaby. Here comes Kunde. Tries to go play it back and turns it over, and Olisagay has it and plays it up to, I think that was the Jackson, made a horrible pass. And Sarr is still down. He hasn't moved. Let's see what happened. He came inside. Yeah, he got fouled. I don't know what's happened to his ref sometime. I guess the ref was playing advantage, but yeah, he got clear fouled. Saliba stepped on his ankle. That should have been called back, actually. Because it didn't go anywhere. So now he has to come off the field for a minute. That's stupid to me. I don't know where FIFA get this rule from. So you got injured by a player. You have to leave the field for a minute to get medical attention. You're not at a disadvantage, but you got a disadvantage, but the team who fouled you and hurt you is getting the advantage. Isn't that asinine? That's like a backwards way to do this. If you want to do it right, the player will commit the foul and the player get hurt. They both stay off the field for a minute if you want to do it that way. If you think it's going to be time wasting, but suppose it's not time wasting. It's asinine. So you're punishing the team who was injured. Psh. And Sarr is limping off. That makes no sense to no one. You tend to go off the field when he got injured and you didn't call it, referee. So now they're playing with 10 men. Isn't that the most backward rule ever? No one thought about this? That's a backward rule. You got to find a better way to eliminate time wasting. That's not one of them. You cannot say the person got injured. My team got to play with 10 men when I got injured. And the team that committed the foul get the advantage. Isn't that stupid? Now our French player is down. Here comes Doué. He got back up. I guess he wasn't hurt. Doué trying to go inside. Good pressure. Foul against Papa Gay. Papa Gay's a good player. Referee called a handball. Referee, what are you doing? Stop embarrassing yourself. He got fouled. That's why he fell on the ball. That's a ridiculous call. He got fouled. That's twice players got fouled and you're giving it to France. Sarr is back on now after being off for a minute. That's the stupidest rule in the history of football. Better than the handball rule. I have no idea what a handball is nowadays. Free kick to France. Mbappe ball over the top. It's a dangerous ball headed out and played out by Senegal. Here comes Mbappe. Good tackle there by Senegal player. And we start over again. Rabiot to Hernandez to Chouameni to Olise. It's going to go all the way right to Kunde. It's going to come back to them, back to Olise. Looking for a way through. There's no way. Here comes Dembele, the cross. That was all over the place. Koulibaly was in about 3 minds a while ago. Good play by Dembele. And ricochet off Koulibaly's knees. Could have gone anywhere. Could have gone his own goal. You have to attack the ball, Koulibaly. Don't let the ball attack you. Corner to France. Good corner, dangerous, but straight to Mendy. Wasn't a good corner. I said good corner initially. It looked good when he left his feet, but he left his foot. 44 minutes in, score tied at 0. I don't. Neither keeper has been really tested. There's one shot by Jackson which almost ricocheted into the goal, but Mendy has been tested. France has not taken a shot on target. That's amazing for this team with so much offensive potency and power. I think they probably need a Cherky in the team to create. Actually, good ball. Oh, almost got in behind Upamecano. And here comes France. Here comes Rabiot. He's been surrounded by 4 Senegal players. Come back to Chouameni, who comes right to Hernandez, who surveys the field, does everything open. France needs somebody else in the middle. They got to get Cherky in the middle to create. Throw into Diaby on the ball. Diaby will be playing in the championship next year, and that's what I'm saying. He's a really good player, though. He's had a good game. Trying to entertain myself, people. This game's a little bit slow. Yeah, with a boot of field, trying to find Jackson. Yeah, all the ball all the way across to Diatta. Diatta coming forward. Nowhere to go. He's going to go back. He makes a slow pass into ball to Irisagay. Irisagay could go to Diaby wide, and he should. He makes a horrible pass. Not sure who's passing that to. And now he overruns and get beaten, and he can't get back. And here comes Dembele. He goes wide to Doué. But Doué with a bad pass by Dembele, picked up by Diatta. Diatta trying to go wide and does. Try to find Jackson down the corridor, but Saliba, with his game reading ability, cut it off. 6 minutes of extra time. We're in the 47th minute. Score is tied at 0. And the French coach, Deschamps, is not happy, and he's confused as to what the heck is happening. Koulibaly with the ball back to Mendy. He's going to go to Nyakate. Nope, decided not to. He's looking someplace to pass the ball and goes all the way over the top trying to find Star. Ball headed out by, is that Rabiot? Yep. Goes all the way back to his keeper. Boots it upfield to nobody. Irisagay heads it down to Papa Gay. Papa Gay back to Irisagay and rushed the play, which was needed. Doué with a back heel, fancy play that went nowhere. Here comes Sar. He gets by Hernandez, but get tripped up. A litany of errors by both teams. Litany of errors. Neither team deserved to win so far. It's not been a great game. It's you make a mistake, I make a mistake. By 2 good teams, by the way. Here comes Diaby. Trying to play the ball down the line. It's just overhit. Trying to find Mane. Jackson needs to run to the middle of the goal, and Diaby needs to put it. He has a brilliant left foot. Put it in the box. Saliba. Chouameni. France walking the ball up the field. 49 minutes in. And the score is tied at 0. Good play there by France. Ball that couldn't cross far post. Trying to find Mbappe. Hit too long. Out of bounds. Throw into Senegal. Senegal can match France athleticism. Maybe a little bit less technically, but they're a really good team. And we started with Morocco and Brazil. I think Africa is catching up. Took a long time, but in some areas they make progress, especially now that they're recruiting from the diaspora. And you'll have more diaspora players want to play for their country of heritage because, especially if they're good teams, part of the problem that players are afraid of is the travel about and the administration they have to deal with. Here comes France again. Chouameni to Olise to Kunde, and he plays it out. Ball play up by France, and here come. I'm sorry, by Senegal. Here come France again. 50 minutes in. Papa Gay to Arissa Gay, back to Papa Gay, back to Koulibaly. Diaby is wide. And they've slowed it down. They're just playing the ball around. Arissa Gay comes right to Diatta. Diatta with a really good ball in the hole. Find Lamine. Lamine doesn't know what he wants to do. He's going to go wide. He should. To Mane. Mane should go wide to Diaby, who should just put it in the 18. He's found Mane down the way. Mane turns inside brilliantly. Cross. Oh, over the bar. Oh, Sarr had a tap in and he played over the bar. Oh, my Lord. That's a tap in. All he had to do was go. He relaxed too much. The ball bounced up. That's a tap in. He should have scored. Sarr had a tap in. Great good ball onto Mane. Mane drive inside. Laid across. And if he had a left foot, he probably would have scored. He tried to use his right foot. He didn't have to kick it, He could just take it down and walk it in. That is a sitter. In a game like this, you got to put those away. Don't put your finger up. You should be holding your head. You should be holding your head, sir, right at halftime. That's a bad miss. Anyway, it's halftime. I'm going to take my normal 1-minute break. I appreciate you being here. I'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you haven't shared the channel, please do so. I'm going to take my normal 1-minute break. I'll be back in a jiffy. See you in a minute. All right, we're back. An interesting first half, almost like a feed it out first half. Peter say a bad miss at schoolboy or public park. No, it's corner league. It's a bad miss at corner league. Senegal has had the best chances so far. The shot by Jackson, which ricocheted off the goalkeeper, and Sarr missing what we call a sitter. You can't miss that. Not in games like this. It's a tap in, and he was nowhere to be found. Bad miss, actually. Really bad miss. You cannot miss that. So let's try to bring up the halftime stats. I hope you can read these. So these are possession stats, which is interesting. Try to bring this up. So you can see France has more possession. It didn't seem that way to me, actually. I'm looking at it, but France has 57% to 43 for Senegal. In terms of expected goal, as you can see, that big chance that Sarr missed is in the favor of Senegal. They've had 2 big chances. France has 0. Total shots, Senegal 5 to France 1. 1 save made by the France goalkeeper, none by Senegal. Didn't have to make any. Corners are 3-2 in favor of France. Fouls are similar. A lot of passes by both teams, over 300 by France and 250 by Senegal. Tackles are pretty close and free kicks are close. I would say, to me, Senegal has been the better team in terms of effectiveness and efficiency, except they have not been efficient in finishing. That was a horrible miss by Sarr. He could use his left foot, anything else, his head, whatever else, apart from not being composed in front of goal. And the French had a lot of celebrities in the footballers in the stand. They must be pretty nervous because France look ordinary, extremely ordinary, ridiculously ordinary. Look at scoring for players. Upamecano is getting a 7, Saliba a 6, Mane a 7, Diatta, I thought was very good, was a 7. So I think, and you can see here, that's it for those players. Lamine Camara is a 6.4. I don't see Lamine as much in the game as I expect. Koulibaly, we have seen a lot. Niakate, we've seen a lot. Diouf, we have seen a lot. Mane, we have seen. Sarr, we have seen. And Diouf has had a very good game, actually. I think Diouf should have had over a 7. I don't think it should be 6.7. Sarr probably should be a 5. His control has not been great, and he's missed a sitter. For the French team, the entire forward line has been at C. All 4 players have been at C. None of them have looked really good, frankly. Olise, Dembele, Doe, and Mbappe. Maybe players are tired. It's been a long season. They show playing like it. I think Upamecano has been decent. Saliba has been decent. Kunde has overlapped a lot. Chouameni has been good. Rabiot has made a couple good passes. But bless up, Crumblen. What are you doing? Yeah, they've got the better chances, but you got to take your chances because this French team can be dangerous. But Senegal is giving people hope. When you play one of the best teams in the world, many view them as the best team in the world, at least attacking wise. And that's why you can't discard Spain, because Spain didn't score against Cape Verde. Because Spain, Yamal and Williams didn't really. Yamal came in late, Williams came in even later. You got to be careful when you assess these teams. When they don't have all their parts, you got to judge them when they have all their players. Now, we haven't seen England play yet, but teams like England must be sitting there watching saying, we can beat these teams. But I think the thing that separates Senegal from most teams is their athleticism, and their midfield is very compact. Lamine and both Gaze, Papa and Irissa really play well together. They cut off all the angles. When they get the ball, they're pretty composed in trying to move the ball up the field. I think Diatta was one of the better players, along with Diaf on the left, who plays for West Ham. I thought they looked really, really good. And the middle is solid. Koulibaly is a good player when he's not making some simple mistake. And his partner there is still pretty good also. And Jackson will give you a run for your money, especially when he's in the mood. So it's been a decent first half. I wouldn't say it's a great game. People nowadays we think great game as Bayern versus PSG, but it's a what I call a cerebral game. No one wants to make a mistake. Looking to counterattack when you can, looking to penetrate when you can. But it probably should have been 1-0 or 2-0 to Senegal, because we have seen nothing from France. And I think France got it wrong, actually. They got it wrong. I don't think you should play 4 forwards. Then they probably take off Doué because it's easiest to take him off. And they probably bring in Cherki, or probably bring in Kante, move and play 3 across so they can have more control of the midfield. But I'll be surprised if Cherki come in for some creativity, because you would think the forward line is creative, but they haven't shown it. And by the way, if you haven't hit the like button, people, please do so. And thanks for being here. You could be anyplace else. It's in the middle of the day. Some of you are maybe at work listening in. So I appreciate you being here. England plays tomorrow. They go up against Croatia. That's a difficult first round game, actually. Difficult game for England. But I'm sure they're pretty confident. Tuchel has made some tough decision. He didn't bring in Livramento is out, and he still didn't bring Trent Alexander in. So I find that interesting. Livramento is out, and he still didn't bring Trent Alexander in. So he's saying only the janitor. Trent ain't only getting over the janitor because everybody's out. He's still not bringing him in, even though Trent is playing at Real Madrid. Somebody's asking the question as to who's the second most talented teenager in the world. I guess they assume that Yamin Lamar is the most talented. So it's Buardi, Diamande, Hendrick, or Kubarsi. I think Diamande to me was eye-opening. He roasted Nkapi against Ecuador, literally. He just stopped the ball and said, okay, we're going for a race. Something like what Cephas may do, even though Cephas doesn't have some of that, how do I put it nicely? Thought process. Yes, thought process. About how to set up defenders. Because when you're as quick as him, he struggles. But Diamande slowed Nkapi down and just go by him like he wasn't even there. Need better end product, but I can see why Liverpool and PSG are pursuing him. At 19, he doesn't look 19 though. I think they set his age back about 4 years. Doesn't look 19 to me. But he's a skillful player and a really good player. So it should be interesting to see where he goes when he leaves Germany. But if you just join us, we're watch along for the game between France and Senegal. France 0, Senegal 0. No score today. And as the game go along, France looked less and less interested. And we're curious to see what Deschamps do at halftime. Who does he take out? He has to make some changes because there is no urgency. They look slow. They look lackadaisical. They look disinterested. While Senegal has been the better team, even though they have had less possession. But someone was asking earlier about the best team that I've seen so far. I think by a good margin is the US. And what made the US so effective was three things. One is their energy, including their pressing, their technical ability, and they seem to be a lot of chemistry in the camp. Seem to one team. So they are running all game, they're pressing, their movement, comfortable on the ball. And if they finished better, they could have scored 6 against Paraguay, who were lost in the first half. And Paraguay's coach didn't adapt and say, you know what? They did second half, but to me it was a little bit too late. We're getting ready to start the second half of the game between Senegal and France. I don't see a change. I'm trying to see the teams. I see Mbappe, who's the captain. I see Jackson, Mbappe, Dembele. So it looks like neither team has made any change. I don't see anything go up on the board, so we're off. And nowadays, teams are kicking the ball in the corner, I guess, to force you to throw it so they can pressure you and mark you tightly. It's a really interesting concept. People just follow each other. It's a emulate game or imitate game. And someone, a Senegal player is down. That's Jackson, but he's up again. So France coming forward. I'm sure they got a tongue lashing at halftime as to we have to do more. Saliba to Chouameni goes out to Upamecano, who plays it in the hole and turns it over. And here comes France. Here comes France. But then again, they slow it down again. France has to mix their game up. They haven't played short and then go long. It's been a lot of short trying to walk the ball at the field, and it hasn't worked. Now, I know that Senegal is pretty athletic, but sometimes you have to draw them out, then try to go in behind. Ball played to Elise. Of Mencano trying to go to the top. That's a different ball is played in behind. And here comes shot taken just outside the post. Was that by Doué? Yes, with his left foot. Mendes was scrambling. But he found a pocket there. He had to bring it down. And probably should have gone wide to Mbappe, actually. Mbappe was not happy. He should have gone wide to Mbappe. Would have had his man one-on-one. Papagay plays up to Mani, who got a throwing off it to be taken by Diaf. And you know the new rule, you have to get the balls in pretty soon, within 8 seconds, I think it is. Or else the other team gets to throw in. Senegal trying to go over the top. Ball headed out by Wincano, and it goes for a corner. Good pressure by Jackson, but I guess Jackson's probably called for a foul like there was offside. One of them. 48 minutes in, and score is tied at 0 between France and Senegal. Possibly the two best teams in this group. Ball played by Senegal, but goes straight to Saliba, who has it to Doué. Doué to Elise. Ball is blocked by Lemon. You know what? I'm going to call him in Kamara from now on. That's his last name. So he's using his first name. Then that is first name on the paper. Here comes France again. It's Saliba to Chouameni. He's looking to go up the field. Pass is not there. Upamecano with a very good ball into Elise. Ball comes out. It's offside against Elise. Yeah, players just not playing with an energy. They must be tired. They're playing like they're tired. Mendy has it. Plays it to his center back who comes forward. Play to Diop. He has nowhere to go. Outfield to Jackson. Good turn by Rabiot. Brilliant turn. Left Mane. And then a really poor pass. Teams are just not. They're making plays which are not there. Bad passes which should be making at this level. Say Mbappe has 14 touches in the game. You had that many? You probably should put him out left. Here comes Senegal again. Ball play all the way back to it's Papa Gay out to Diop. Diop goes back to Mane. Senegal just playing their own half, or just at the halfway line. And France not putting a lot of pressure. Ball played long out to Diata. Here comes Sar. Foul. Referee didn't call it. And here comes Doué. Referee not calling those fouls. You try to shield the ball, they get tripped up. Really good tackle there. Ball by Rissa Gay coming forward. Has numbers. Ball to Jackson. Plays in the hole. Trying to find Sar. Sar is in. Brilliant tackle by the indomitable Saliba. If he misses that one, Sar is in on goal. More urgency now. Rabiot coming forward. Ball played into Mbappe, who turns it over. Mbappe played behind him, but Mbappe looked disinterested. If you're making a change in football and he wasn't the captain, you take him off. But that's not going to happen. He's just not in the game. Ball play out to Diop. Diop looking up the field, going to go back. Niakate, who's looking up, don't have a pass, go all the way back to Mendy. France just backing off, not pressuring the keeper, not pressuring at all. See, France has no one to point to the press because Mbappe doesn't press. He'll fake it, but doesn't really press. Papagay, a difficult ball into Mane. That's a difficult ball. And here comes France. That play was never there. Here comes Elise. This is dangerous. To Mendy. Oh, shot by Elise Gay, blocked by Mendy over the bar. You cannot pass the ball into Mane or to anyone in the park like that. So much pace, somebody in their back. If they miss control, you're in trouble. And that's like a trap he's setting there. Elise Gay had it, went outside, tried to go across Mendy, who did a really good job of blocking it. Spread himself wide, ball deflected up. That could have been one. If he went higher, it's a goal. If he chipped it up versus trying to go flat, he would have scored. Elise with the corner. Good cornering. Caught by Mendy. When you're playing football and you pass the ball in the middle of the park, it has to be the right pace and give you an angle to turn the defender or play it back to you. You play it when it's bouncing and it's play hard. If you miscontrol, you're in trouble, especially with a team who's just waiting to pounce. And that was a poor ball that was played in. Senegal taking their time playing out. Ball played. And Rabiot, the midfield, is putting on more pressure. They're playing more urgency. Good play by Kunde to play the ball out for a throw into Diaf at the halfway line. If you just join us, we're in the 53rd minute of play. Senegal versus France in Group I. There's a lot of groups because 48 teams, and the score is tied at 0. France now starting to press. And they be vulnerable from behind. They're starting to press. Arissa Gay, now here's space. Sarr has it. He has room. He's going forward. Jack's trying to go between the line. Good ball to Jackson. Oh, he tried to cut it back and got dispossessed by Upamecano. Jackson has to do better with that. He got really good pass by Sarr. He has to do better with that. Ball played in between the line. He should just let the ball run across him a little bit. I'm not sure why he touched it inside. He let it run across him. He has more room. And Sheedy with his right foot. That's what he should have done. Here comes Senegal again. It's Papa Gay. Doesn't have anything. Come back to Arissa Gay. Goes back to Papa Gay. He tries that little flick and almost turn it over. Ball played out to Diaf. Diaf goes back to, I think that's Cameron. Yep, that was Cameron. Now to Koulibaly, all the way down to Diatta, plays inside to Sarr. Sarr trying to find Jackson, just overhit. The deftness on the pass is just not there. It needs to be at the right pace. That takes a very subtle pass that was needed. If it had the right pace, it would have been in and goal. You need that level of deftness and touch just to roll it by the defender to give your forward a chance to get it, to get up to it. I don't know if they come for the cup, but they're going to compete this year. So here comes France. Ball played out to Dembele. He's not been in the game. Bad pass by Dembele. Here comes again to Jackson. Turns over. Ball plays into. Wow, that should have been a goal. That was Mbappe. He should have scored. And here comes Senegal. Mane turns inside. Plays a dangerous ball inside. No look ball. That was a poor pass by Mane. And Mbappe should have scored earlier. Here comes France again. France getting more chances in the second half. Coming Mbappe trying to go between two players with that flick, but Mbappe had the ball wide, and if he just let the ball run a little bit, he probably would have scored, actually. He tried to go with his right foot. So you don't have any left foot, that's what happens. See? He tried to go with his right foot. If he let it roll across him to his left foot, he probably would have put it away. So Senegal is starting to make mistakes now, and France looking to take advantage. Taking short, plays into the box. Senegal trying to play out, turns it over, and here comes Senegal trying to go quickly in the counter, but that was not there. So we have seen two quick chances to France in the first, say, 10 minutes of the second half, when they had none in the first half. So the urgency has stepped up quite a bit. One chance missed by Elise and one by Mbappe. Here comes Mbappe, just went around, and he's taking down penalty. No, that has to be a penalty. I think that's a penalty. Referee says no, but I think it's a penalty. That's a rush tackle. That looked like it was camera. That's a rush tackle. That looked like a penalty. VAR would call it. He just went around Diop like he wasn't there. That was Mane. I think it was a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty. Clear penalty. He didn't touch. He got no ball. That's a rush tackle by Mane. It's a penalty. You can wave all you want, Diop. It's a penalty. It's a clear penalty. He didn't touch the ball. There's zero chance it's not a penalty. I'm saying zero chance it's not a penalty. He got no ball. At least I didn't see any ball. Monty's saying no. That's what you say when you commit that foul. That was a rush tackle. And Diop sold himself there. That should never have happened. He said no penalty. Really? What is he saying? What is he signaling? I think they're trying to figure out if Monty touched the ball at all. I don't think he touched the ball. They're talking to the referee. Monty's saying no. But to me, he didn't get any ball. Mbappe is too quick. Yep, it's going to be a penalty. He's going to look at it. It's going to be a penalty. It's clear as day. Diop sold himself. He shouldn't have got beaten there. And they should play Mbappe out wide. He shouldn't play through the middle. Yeah, I didn't get any ball. Penalty. Mane should not have lunged there. Mbappe was too quick for him, though. It's a clear penalty. Oh, because they're saying, did he touch him? That's the thing. He went down. Oh, he didn't touch. Well, I thought it was clear penalty. Yeah, he hit him. It's a penalty. He hit him. Initially, he jumped over it, but it's a penalty. He's going to do this wave and point to the spot. Yep. It's a penalty. And then Mbappe going to take it and score it. It's a bad tackle by Mane. And there were defenders in the middle. He can't make that tackle. You have to be 100% sure if you're in the box that way. Now, he didn't really touch him with his right foot, but Mbappe's left foot hit it. He hit the left foot. See there? Yeah, he hit the left foot. Yeah, it's a penalty. You can't make that tackle. Poor decision by Mane. No? Really? That's horrible. I thought it was a penalty. I thought he pointed. I guess I can't hear the TV. No, I'm not going to say that he jumped over it, but he hit his left leg. It's got to be a penalty. Come on. That's clear as day. I guess I don't know. I disagree with that. He stepped over it, but the left foot hit him. So it has to be a penalty. See, if Mbappe didn't jump, he'd have got the penalty. That's why players sometimes dive. His right foot didn't hit him, but the left foot hit him. Mbappe had to jump, and his left foot hit him. That's why he fell. He didn't dive. Then give Mbappe a yellow card then for diving. You have to make your mind up. That's ridiculous. But anyway, the game goes on. So why did VAR bring him over? I don't understand that. That's weird, actually. But here comes Senegal. Well, it shows you Mbappe is dangerous. 2 opportunities now in the last 5 minutes. Good move by Sarr. Gonna find Diatta. Decide not to go to him. Goes back to Rissigay. Go to Papagay. All the way across to Diaf. Diaf has Mane out there. He plays out of bounds. Because Mane has to make his mind up what he wants to do. Diaf trying to make a decision and Mane just standing there. Mane should have given him some space. Or try to run in behind. I still don't understand the decision. That's a penalty. I'm watching it again. It's a penalty. Sorry. It's a penalty. It's clear as day. I guess it's not clear to the people making the decision. Wow. We're in the 63rd minute. One could say 64th minute. And Senegal look like they want to give the game away. Or is that, sorry, France want to give the game away. The player want to go. And here comes Elise. And then Mbappe's through. And he missed control again. And he missed it again. Brilliant pass by Elise. And then Mbappe missed it again. He missed his touch. Elise with a brilliant turn. And Mbappe is going full force. He plays the ball in between the line. Senegal is dead. And then Mbappe tried to go with his right foot and again missed the ball. Wow. Yeah, Senegal is becoming open up now. And here comes Sarr down the line. He's open. He's in the box. He's getting bounced. He got bounced over. What is that? Is a corner or a goal kick? It's a goal kick to France. Interesting. I think Sarr should try to stand up and see what happens. That's a brilliant ball by Elise. That's Mbappe's third miscontrol of the game in dangerous positions. Yep, I would agree, Peter. The concentration is lagging. And that to me, Peter, do you think that was a penalty? I want to hear this from the audience. Am I wrong in my perspective or my opinion that it was a penalty? I thought it was a clear penalty. Well, it wasn't as clear in the second look, but his left foot hit him. It has to be a penalty. I don't know. It's not a penalty. And here comes Doué dancing in the box. Shot by France, blocked, out of bounds, throwing. Yeah, Senegal needs to make some changes. They are losing the plot. They start off great, they played great, but they're losing the plot. Or is it France just got better? Here comes France again. Koundé out wide to Elise. Elise is now trying to take charge. He comes inside, plays it back to Koundé, back to Elise. Mbappe, goal! Brilliant pass by Elise, who's been doing this a second time now, and Senegal has fallen asleep. I don't know if they got tired, they just fell asleep. Mbappe is now running off people and nobody's going with him. Brilliant setup, brilliant goal. Peterton's penalty. Yeah, I think it's a penalty. It's just deserved. It's just deserved. Brilliant ball into Mbappe, who's been running off players now, and Senegal is still flat-footed. So he was very stagnant in the first half. He's starting to move off players, and the defense is not reacting. The defense is flat-footed. He did it before, so look at Mbappe right here. Koulibaly stopped, didn't run. He's not offside. He's playing offside. Koulibaly fell asleep. Fell asleep. That's horrible defending. Horrible defending. That's unbelievable poor defending. The player's moving and you're not moving with him like you're playing offside. Crazy. Great goal by Mbappe, but poor defending. Yeah, sorry. When you don't take a chance, that's what happens. That's the second time in the last minute, and you don't react. That's poor. 1-0 to France. France have stepped it up in the second half. Really stepped it up. And Mbappe is on a rampage. He's showing that speed. Here comes Senegal. Over the top. Jackson looked like he's offside. He's in on goal. Waited too long. He scores, but he's offside. Yeah, it looked like he was offside. And Jackson is known for being offside. If he waited, if he waited one more second, wow. Because he would have been way behind, you know. And he took it well, but he would have been way behind. He went too early. Is that a substitution? Is Jackson coming out? Let's see what happens. Yeah, they're making two substitutions. Oh, hydration breaks, sorry, not substitutions. That's poor defending by Koulibaly. He's nowhere close to Mbappe. Mbappe sprinted off him, and he did it before. He sprinted way from the left side the last time and just miscontrols. That's just poor defending. You can't defend like that. No, but the thing about this is that if it's gonna be the space wide, then you know where you have to cover because you have help in the middle. You have no help out wide, so you have to move. Koulibaly stood up playing offside trap. That's what happened. By the time you react, it was all over. So I don't disagree about Mbappe's speed, but this is from being flat-footed. So you have to play him close. Wherever he goes, you're on him. You're grabbing his shorts. I don't think it was good defending. Too wide open. And there was no pressure on the ball. At least they did it. He did it a minute before that when Mbappe missed control. So it's 2 in a row. But France showing their wear, as we'd expect. They are the preseason tournament favorite, along with Spain, and to maybe a lesser extent Argentina. We'll see Argentina tonight when they play against Algeria. Should be interesting. And Mbappe wasn't having a great game. He was miscontrolling balls. Didn't get a lot of service. I think he had 14 touches in the first half. Sure, making up for it in the second half. France, as CG says, they have turned it up. Yeah, I think he reacted slowly. Look, you can get worn down in these games. And it looked like it's getting to Senegal. But Senegal had their chance in the first half. So you got to take a chance when you get it. And Jackson was offside by a lean. Yeah, I agree. He didn't react. I mean, Mbappe got there, got the ball, turn and shoot, and Koulibaly is nowhere to be found. You're playing center half. So you have to protect your left side. You can protect anything. It looks like it's raining in New Jersey. Is it raining? Look like it's raining. But then it looks, no, it can't be raining because it looks warm there. I don't see any water on Jackson. I don't see any rain either outside either. So if you just join us from East Rutherford, New Jersey, where Senegal plays France, 2 French teams in a sense. The stats are not materially different, but the score is different. France leading by 1-0. Here comes France again. Koundé coming forward. He's against Diaf. Elise has time, space. Koundé, wide crosses. Shot by Elise, picked up by Mendy. Not a good shot by Elise. So France class now is starting to show. And Senegal hasn't made any change. And they look like they're getting tired. We're in the 71st minute. Senegal looking to go long. Go all the way back to the goalkeeper. We're going across field to Koulibaly. Who plays it to Irisegay. They're looking to go long, but it's not there. Diaf has it. Wanted to go in the box, and he should have gone to Jackson, actually. Change his mind. I guess France can now relax a little bit. Ball over the top. Control. Cross in the box. Out of bounds. It looks like is that a corner? That was by Kamara. Trying to cross it. Corner to Senegal. It's been mixed. This looks like a sold out game. Some of the games have been sold out. There are a few games that have been sold out. And with teams you would probably expect would have a large fan base. But this game is look at the crowd. That place is packed and it's during the week. So a lot of fans are here. It's a packed stadium. Referee talking to the players about holding Jackson. Corner be taken by Diaf. Nobody's on the far post for Senegal. That's not smart. Good corner. Nobody in the far post of Senegal. See, I called it. Nobody at the far post of Senegal. When you're setting up your team to attack corners, you gotta have people at the far post, in the middle, and the near post. You can't just have everybody in the middle and near post. I see Knicks players at the game McBride, OG, and Bridges. They're at the game, and some of them are probably soccer fans. And Obi should be. He's from England. Here comes here comes Rabiot. Picked up by Douay and is in full flight. He's gonna come inside and shoot. Good shot, blocked by Mendy. Yep, France is getting away now, and Senegal getting tired, and is showing. Yeah, they're getting tired. The legs are no longer there, and they're gonna make some substitution. They have two players gonna bring in for Senegal. Short corner taken by France. Ball played to Olise. Go all the way back to Upamecano. Hernandez, Conde, Mbappe is going to go down the line. Don't let him go down the line. Ball won back by Senegal. Good ball in to Jackson. Jackson, Mane. Two-man team. Mane has it. Jackson tripped up. Referee is giving a throw into France. Referee is not that good. Sorry. He hasn't been a good referee. Makes too many mistakes. Two changes for Senegal. Number 18 is off. Who is Sar? And who is on? And number 8, Kamara is. So Sar and Kamara off. And Mbaye and Diarra on. Ball headed up by Diop, trying to find Mane. Koulibaly looking upfield, doesn't have a pass. Goes to center half partner. Ball played into Gay all the way wide. And the new substitute, Diarra, turns it over. And then Mbappe has it, and he's ready to go. And he just runs by Koulibaly like he's not there, but good recovery by Diatta, who got fouled. Or not Diatta. Who was that? That's a new substitute who came on. That's number 11. No, that's number 21, actually. Mbappe is frighteningly quick. Like, frighteningly quick. If I'm playing against him, he's going to get a lot of holding. Got to get a lot of holding. Man, it's too quick. Can't allow him to turn on you. Senegal getting tired, and they turned over again. Foul against Senegal. Free kick. Foul against Mbappe. Got to foul him. That's Diarra, who just came in. Diarra is number 21. If you just join us, we're in the 77th minute of play. It's almost 5 o'clock on the East Coast in New York, almost 4 o'clock in Jamaica, and almost 10 o'clock in the UK. Free kick to France, ball played to the far post, headed in by France, played up by Senegal. And players taking a really good tackle, and referee says play on. Here comes France again. France taking over and dominating, and they haven't made any changes, which I find surprising. Olise to Upamecano to Conde. He goes inside. Oh, back to. 'Cause Who am I missing? See a player on that looks new. Is Rabiot still on the field? I can't see him. Look like he's off. Unless I can't see well. Throw into Senegal. No, I'm not saying that. It would be the other way around. I think Cephas could be a really good footballer. Here comes Diop. Should go far post, and he does. Great cross by Diop. And Jackson tried to just guide it in and played it out. Jackson should do better than that, actually. That ball was played brilliantly, and Diop is a great cross off the ball. You see that West Ham. Look at this ball. Jackson has to touch that. That ball, he's probably a little bit offside. You're just trying to guide it. Just guide it. Yeah, it hit him in the shin, frankly. That should be the side of his foot. He missed that. He should be guiding that to the far post. Barcola coming on and Dembele coming off. Dembele didn't have a good game. Didn't have a good game against Arsenal either in the Champions League final. I think Cephas could be a really good footballer. But somebody would have to have him go talk to Elon Musk to give him something in his brain. Insert one of them neuro things they're doing nowadays so he can think football and not just play football. '79th minute in. Here comes Senegal. Bad pass out by Diarra. And turn over to France, and here comes France again. And by the way, the U.S. play on Friday in Fox against Australia. That should be a good game. I think U.S. going to run them into the ground. I want to see Barcola because Arsenal is tracking him, so the referee just allow these things to go. Don't get bounced. The referees don't call bounces. And ball turned over by... It's a bad turnover by Diarra. And people are just taking people out now. And referee's not calling them. I think Olise is down. Here comes Senegal. Ball played wide out to Juve. He's coming forward. Turns back. Goes inside to Mane. Mane to Irissa Gay. Gay to his compatriot. Gay. Here comes Juve. Back to Gay. He turns it over. Well, come back to Senegal. Ball into trying to find Mane and turnover, and here comes Rabiot. And he has players flying. He has Mbappe flying. And he has Mbappe again, and that's two. I'm sorry, Barcola, sorry, not Mbappe. That's two. Good run. Senegal get wide open. They overload the left side. The middle of the park is open. All their players are up. The balance was poor. So if you lose the ball, you have no recovery. Look at this. There is only 3 Senegal player back. And it's not like I keep possession and turn it over. They turn it over, and Barcola is quick as heck. And when they win it, they have numbers. That's just poor by Senegal. They start off so well, they played so well, but they dropped later. Barcola was playing, Mbappe was going wide. Barcola came inside. And again, Koulibaly is nowhere to be found. And Mendy was in no man's land. Barcola is quick. Supposed to be coming to Arsenal. We'll see if that works out. It's a good goal, but poor balance going forward. When you're going forward and you're playing football, you always have to think about, if I lose the ball, what happens? You cannot be that unbalanced. They overlaid the left side. They brought 3 or 4 players up. Nobody's really back in the middle of the park, just in terms of their half and the opponent's half. They're wide open. Rabiot could pick 2 or 3 passes because it was 2 against 2. Barcola made a good run. That was it. Came on and scored in a minute. He was even on for a minute. So France is off and running. They may say Senegal again, but no time soon. Senegal start off well, but they're They're dropping. And the bench that came on, Diarra hasn't started off well. Yeah, that exactly, Peter. Diagonal run, kill him again. I guess he can't turn. It's like the Titanic. Senegal tried though, but France is a better team. And France turned it up, and Senegal couldn't respond. And they've had a few chances. Jackson had a chance. Sarr had a chance. So you gotta take a chance when you get them. But then second half, France has had about 4 or 5 chances. Jackson's off. So they have made a couple changes, a couple more changes. I'm not sure the changes have worked for Senegal, frankly. The players who have come on like Diarra haven't impressed. Yep. 2-0 to France. Here comes Senegal. And they're passing. The passing needs work, especially in the final third. The passing between in the final third that gets you in the box, the deftness of the pass. It's like a Rabiot pass was or a Luisa pass was. They get you in strides, they pass off. Here comes Mbappe. Mbappe is beyond quick. I mean, a while ago, Diatta was supposed to reach that ball and totally Mbappe took 2 steps and got there before he could even come close. And Mendy threw the ball away again. Yeah, if Senegal is done. And this is not the Mane that Mane's walking out the game too. This is not the Mane that we know. Mane's gotten old. The Mane that Liverpool be running all game. Mane has not been running. He's playing very slowly, I guess. Part of the time I've caught up to him. Here's Olise against Diaf. Decide not to take him on. Go back to Kunde. They're just gonna. I think France will just play out the game now. Because Senegal legs have gone. Even though they've made 4 changes, their legs are gone. We're in the 86th minute of play, which was a decent game until the mid-second half where France turned it on and Senegal could not respond. It takes a certain technical ability to make those passes, Vaughn. Like Cherky is going to come on. So the champ stayed with his team for most of the game. Doué is coming off. France got a lot of talent. They brought on Barcola and he scored right away. They bring in Cherky, who's a very creative player. I thought they'd bring him on early to create and be in the 10 role because Dembele just wasn't playing that role well. But here comes France again. Olise to Kunde to Cherky, who's coming forward. Don't be surprised if Cherky comes out and score. He's that creative. Mbappe running wild. Jeez. Good run there by number 15, Diatta. Diatta has had a very good game, by the way. Diatta has been very impressive. Another change by Senegal. Irissa Gay coming off and number 6, Sis coming on. You have a Sis. And here comes Senegal, who have been well beaten today, at least in the second half anyway. Could have scored in the first half, should have scored in the first half. But you don't put your chances away, and France is a devastating team. And I think Mbappe should play on the left. It may sound strange. He should play on the left. Play Dembele as a false 9. Mbappe is too quick to be in the middle where he's going to get so much crowded. You put him on the wing, He cannot be marked. That's where he played. That's where he played in the 22 World Cup on the left side. He scored quite a bit of number of goals. Should have played in the tournament. It was given to Messi. Brilliant pass though by Rabiot. Brilliant pass, and Koulibaly was nowhere to be found. So if you have Barcola and Mbappe, who are both lightning quick, it makes it difficult for a defense. Okay. Yeah. And that he does well. Ball played out to Diaf. Goes to Mani. Mani tries a third Conde. And Conde tore it out for a corner to Senegal. 89th minute of play. France 2, Senegal 0. Good attempt by Senegal. They played well. They gave France all they could handle in the first half. But the clash showed up in the second half. As France turned it on, and Senegal could not respond. France has to be better, though. I think England will be better than this. I think Spain will be better than this. The US will be better than this. Corner to Senegal, headed back in. Headed up by France. And here comes France. They're gone. Good defending. Good defending by the Senegalese. I think that was Diarra. I'd say Diatta has been really, really good. I like him as a player. Diaf has been good also. It's 8 minutes of extra time. Too much for Senegal. They just need to keep the score down because they have to make sure they get over Norway in this group and Iraq. So you don't want to be losing by too many goals. No, I just think it's just a better team. And they got done. Because when you lose your legs and you're playing against a team with so much speed, it's very difficult. And their best player is not what he used to be in Mani. Here comes Olise. A really good back heel. And find Cherky. And Cherky is on the run. And he has Koulibaly one-on-one. And he will mesmerize him. He goes inside and turns it over. Here comes Mani against Chouameni. Goes inside. As his teammate out wide, one-on-one. France has recovered. '91st minute or 92nd minute. Score is France 2, Senegal 0. And look at that pass that was made by Senegalese to nobody. He has no pressure to turn it over. When you're a pro, you should be making those kind of passes. Olise being pulled and held and hold and whatever else. Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-0 game. Good game by Senegal. They gave as good as they got, but there's too much to be gotten. And they got it. Too much. Look at Mbappe again going. And that's what they failed to do the first time when he ran off them. Koulibaly is known for mistakes, and he made 2 in this game. Both games came from his side of the field. He did the same thing at Chelsea before he went to Saudi. He's a good defender, but he makes crucial mistakes at inopportune time. France with the ball. Koundé to Cherky. Ball out of bounds. Throw in to France, or free kick to France. See Gareth Bale at the game. Everybody's at this World Cup. I guess they probably are pundits for some station someplace. And here comes France again. Just playing the ball around, not being fussed. Five minutes to go. I don't think Senegal is going to score between now and next year. It's not happening. But here comes Senegal. France has all the defenders back. Even Mbappe, who doesn't play defense. Cross in the box. Poor attempt to cross. Picked up again. Ball played back. Chance to cross in the box. Does cross to nobody. Headed out by Kunde. And here's Turkey. He has room and time. Turns it over, but comes back to France. It's Rabiot to Tchouameni. Goes back to Rabiot. To Kunde. Try to go over the top and does to Olise. Koulibaly's there. And try to find. Mine looks tired. Here comes Senegal. They have numbers, but brilliant move. Shoots. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Brilliant goal. Phenomenal goal by number 20. Brilliant, brilliant goal. He put, I think it's Saliba on his butt. Goalkeeper will not like that, but brilliant goal. What a goal. Is that Saliba he put on his butt? Wow. And put it in the, and Mendy has to say that. I mean, Magnan has to say that. That ball went straight to him, didn't it? It swerved. Yeah, it swerved, but he has to say that. Sorry. Yeah, it looked like he was trying to duck. It's a good goal, but the keeper has to say that. That's bad goalkeeping. The ball went straight to him. It swerved away from him. So the ball probably has that, but it's a brilliant goal. It's a good goal. Actually, it's not a brilliant goal. It's a very good goal, but the keeper has to say that. So it's 2-1. And it looked like Senegal was no incisive scorer. And all of a sudden they scored. Here comes Mbappe. Oh, what a goal by Mbappe. Oh, what a goal. Picked up the ball outside the box and Mendy flaying. Keepers are showing how bad they are. Both keepers are embarrassing themselves. Sorry. Both of those goals should have been saved. What a goal by Mbappe. He's going to have one of those tournaments again. I mean, he took the ball, it's 35 yards out. He shoots. What is Mendy doing? It's a good shot, but what is Mendy doing? Look at this ball. The ball went through his hand. Hey, what the hell is he doing? I guess the ball must have some movement on it. But you have to save that. I have no idea what he's doing. What the hell is Mendy doing? Both goals are keeper's fault. There's no way that goal should be scored by either of those goals. That's poor. You just come back into the game and your goalkeeper giving away. I guess that's why Chelsea got rid of him. Both Koulibaly and Mendy both played for Chelsea, and both got sent away because they weren't good enough. It's a good shot by Mbappe, but that you cannot allow that to score. So it's 3-1. These keepers are not endearing themselves to their fans. 98 minute, we're almost out of time. Senegal with a cross in the box, played out by, that looked like Saliba. Mbappe's going to have a field day at this tournament. I'm telling you, people. Have a field day. He's so quick. Unless you played low block, and even then, he's still moving in the box. Here comes Turkey. Mbappe is down. I think he got hit in the face with the ball, though. And the ball came to Mbappe, and defender's backing off. Why are you backing off? And your goalkeeper can't even. Goalkeeper just poor. You gotta save that. That's just poor goalkeeping. Yep. Well, it's one goal score. If you watch Senegal score, it's 2-1. And then Mbappe scoring is 3-1. Oh, it went. Oh, you're saying when you walked away, Senegal hadn't scored. Do we have a coach yet? Not that I know of. No. No, application is supposed to be. They're taking application until June 30th. So I'm sure the interview will start after that. Probably won't have a coach until like late July. Probably know who they want over there. Here comes Senegal again. Ball crossing the box. Oh, it looked like it scored. No. Referee says no. The watch didn't go off. The France goalkeeper is, what's his name? Magnan? Magnan, whatever his name is. He's struggling. Yeah, he saved it. It was on the line, but he got it before it went in. He's struggling. He's not giving confidence. Game is over. Well, that was a group what? Group I game. France 3, Senegal 1. Star man of the show. The one who's probably going to win the Golden Boot, Mbappe, has hit the net twice. Barcolo came on, hit the net once. France 3, Senegal, who played well, especially in the first half when they had some chances, didn't put them away. Losing by 3-1. Yeah, he did bring some energy, but a little bit too late. Yeah, Sarr didn't have a good game. And Sarr is a good player, didn't have a good game. But then sometimes quality does that, right? Quality negates quality. So anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. Before you leave, if you have not subscribed, please do so. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And if you haven't shared the channel, please do so. And if you want to know when I'm on, just hit the notification bell so you will see me when you see me. Good game. Enjoy the game. Appreciate you being here. Peace out. Thanks a lot, Deshane, Mr. Weasley. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. And I'll see you when I see you. World Cup is eating up. Had its controversies, had its issues. But when the football starts and people start enjoying it, it's a good thing. It's really good to see that the shenanigans that surround the game and the sport will not preclude us from enjoying the World Cup. All the nonsense about denying referee and denying players and denying official and treating the Iranians like XYZ, whatever. Thank you, DC. It was a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. It's been a good year for Kranky, Good year for Kranky. My Arsenal won after 22 years. My Knicks won after 53 years. So I'm a long-suffering fan, right? But the one team, Jamaica, after 20, I must say 29 years because we made it in 97, not 98. Jamaica still can't go back to World Cup, people. And will not go back in my lifetime. Unless they fire all the people who make the decisions and bring in some people with the competence to do so. But you can always get what you want. 2 out of 3 is not bad. 2 out of 3 is not bad. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here. Hit the like button before you leave, people. Subscribe and tell people about the channel. All right? Thanks a lot. Bless out. Peace out.